Last Friday, let's just say my microphone decided to record its final audio and broke, so I needed a new microphone. But it was Friday evening, and the delivery servers wouldn't deliver until next Monday, meaning that I had about 2, 3-ish days where I couldn't really record and I had to come up with something to do in the meantime. So I had the brilliant idea to make myself a gold farm. And now I could have. And now I could have just looked up a design on YouTube that works 100% of the time and is tested and it just works. I could have done that. But I decided to make one myself instead. And now here I am, basically double the time later I originally planned to just take on this project and then continue doing other stuff. And, you know, the gold farm was kind of just supposed to be a project on the backside that I didn't really show on the video, just something I did in between episodes, kind of thing. Yeah, well, we're not doing that anymore because I have been testing, breaking, building, breaking, building, reconstructing, overthinking, mostly overthinking it, and just coming up with ways to fix this horrible design I've made. It just keeps getting worse. Every time I think this thing is almost ready, I find a new thing that breaks and makes me reconsider my life decisions when I decided to make this monstrosity. Now, it's not entirely done yet, because that's why we're here, and that's why I'm including it in the video now. I'll explain it in the most stupid person terms possible, because that's kind of what I am, and there's a lot of redstone going on that I can't explain to you, because I don't have the mind power to explain to you what is going on in this thing. So I'll explain it in noob terms, I guess. Redstone noob terms. We'll try and see what I can do. First, let me just explain what a gold farm is. I mean, you can probably guess what a gold farm is. It's a farm to farm. It's a farm to get more gold. But how does it work? What are the basic principles we're working with when it comes to a gold farm? Lots of you might already know, and being as we're in the nether, that gold farms use zombified piglins. Even when they're not killed by a player, they still drop rotten flesh and gold nuggets on occasion. And when I say occasion, I mean pretty frequently. Now, they also have other loot, but they only drop that loot when they're actually killed by a player, so we don't actually have to worry about that, because this is a fully automatic farm. It only requires a player to stay AFK at it. I did go off a pretty standard design originally, but I expanded it myself, and I decided to go for a little bit of flair. So the way zombified piglin spawning works is with magma blocks. They don't take fire damage, meaning they don't mind spawning on magma blocks, but every other mob does mind that, because they don't want their feet burned. So they don't spawn on this, meaning that we're only getting 2 mobs, which is 1, the zombified piglin, but unfortunately also ghasts. But a ghast is quite big, which is why we have this slab platform up above, to make sure that nothing can spawn higher up. There's no ghasts that can possibly fit within this space, so we don't have to worry about those either. That means that the only things that can spawn on these platforms is zombified piglins. Also, the only reason I built it like this is just because I thought it'd look good. Normally, you can leave a 2-block gap between each slab, and ghasts can still not spawn, because ghasts need a 3x3 space available for them to spawn. So in a 2x2 like this, they'll never be able to fit in there. But again, the only reason I did it like this is because I thought it'd look good. But as you can see, there's a lot more going on than just these platforms. So basically what we're doing is we're luring over the zombie pigments with turtle eggs, which are inside this tube, protected by these trapdoors, so that they don't break the eggs. Because apparently any zombie type just likes turtle eggs for whatever reason. They try to move over to them and break them, but obviously they can't get to them. They fall down onto here, which is where I kind of started doing my own thing, and where most regular gold farms differentiate from mine. Normally people have this like 5x5 hole with these trapdoors, which for whatever reason zombie pigmen think is a full block, so they'll walk onto these trapdoors and they'll keep walking, trying to get to the eggs which are in here, and then obviously fall down because there's no block below them. And it still works with this weird like gap I have going on right here. They kind of jump in. I added this in later because I wanted them to fall on a 3x3, which is where I have this monstrosity of a machine. Oh boy. Also, if it looks very jittery, that's only because my player is actually way down there, is because whenever I do go up here with my player, all of the pigmen will start spawning and it becomes really hard to see what's going on. My very inventive killing mechanism, which has come to haunt me. I think I've almost got a solution. Almost. So what's going on here is kind of weird, and I guess the best way I can explain what's going on is down here, but I do need another piston, which I don't have up here. Each of these blocks has a different hitbox height, and yeah, I know it looks kind of strange, because you can visually see that the soul sand is higher than the path block over here, but the actual hitbox of the path block is just ever so slightly lower than the path blocks. So we literally just barely 1 pixel at a time lower the height of the actual platform, because soul sand, despite its appearance, actually has a hitbox that is 2 pixels lower than a full block. You can't really see that when I drop an item on it though, because they kind of float above it, but trust me, the actual hitbox is lower. You can see this when I stand up on it. I slightly bump up if I go from the soul sand to the path block. Again, this is something you kind of just have to know, but it doesn't really look like that's the case, but it's a neat little trick. And so what this causes is a very neat thing I have found out. If I place back the piston on the spot it belongs, and then flick my lever over here, you can see that it moves back and forth. Now, this doesn't do anything in its own, but say I drop a pigment on here, it dies, it drops its item, and I'm gonna just disable that for a moment. It drops its item on here, and I start moving the pistons back and forth, and as you can see, the item is gone. As you can see, it pushes the dirt. Because the path block is slightly lower, the dirt gets pushed by the glass block forward onto the edge of the path block over here. But the item does not move with the path block because it's not sticky. So when we unpower it, you can see the item has now fallen onto the soul sand. And the soul sand, like I explained before, has an even just barely lower hitbox, meaning that if I pull the lever again, I said pull the lever again, not put dirt on it, it gets pushed forward again. So if we unpower it again, you will see the item has fallen down onto the glass, meaning it now very obviously gets pushed forward by the soul sand as it's all the way down there. And we push it forward again, meaning it's now on top of this hopper. And if we unpower it again, it falls right into this hopper and it's now down here. All right, clear, right? That's understandable enough? You understand what I'm doing here? Okay, that is the core mechanism of my system. Now, you might be wondering, why not just use hoppers to pick up all the items? Wouldn't that be way easier? And I say to you, yes, that's actually what I originally had. However, the hoppers were just barely keeping up with only that top platform being fully built. Because again, if we go back up, you can see there's still pretty massive holes in the bottom 2 platforms that I still do want to fill in because I like a very chunky gold farm that can handle a lot of items at once. Which is the main reason I came up with this system, because this system pushes 3 different lanes into 3 different hoppers that will go into 3 different crafters, and then I have soul sand behind it because we don't just have gold nuggets. There's also rotten flesh, and obviously we don't want the rotten flesh to end up in our crafters because that will lock up the crafters, and then we can't craft it into gold. And I want gold. Item filters, which kind of look like this, with a whole bunch of extra redstone behind it. What I thought is, instead of doing this, I just move the items forward. This hopper will be filtered, meaning it only lets through gold nuggets, and then everything else will go into a fire right next to it. That was my idea, and I thought I was onto a winner there. I thought I was being really, really clever. Turns out I wasn't, because I forgot, and I can't believe that this is why my entire idea failed, is because hoppers, as you can see, have a hole inside of them. And that hole is perfectly the size of the hitbox of an item. As you can see right there, that's the height of an item, which is the exact height of the hole of the hopper. Which, yes, means that items that don't get filtered by the hopper just stay on top of it in the hole and cannot be pushed by the piston, meaning that I just have rotten flesh accumulating in here on top of these hoppers. But that's not all, because I thought that it would still be fine, like, okay, we just have rotten flesh sitting on top of those hoppers. That's not a problem. It'll filter it out eventually, because they're still just item filters, so it should still not pick up those items, and only pick up the gold, because that's what I have the item filter set up for. No! That's not how it works at all! Because turns out the hopper below it can still pick up, ever so often decides to, instead of picking up an item from inside the hopper, picks up one of the rotten flesh on top of the hopper, meaning that there will still be rotten flesh going into the crafter. Just imagine a crafter being right there, and clog up the system. And once there's rotten flesh in that crafter, it'll just lock up. And I was considering building another item sorter to sort out the rotten flesh from inside the crafter. That is just, that's crazy. Why would I build another? Why would I do that? Why? That's such a waste of resources. I'm poor, okay? You have to understand. I just barely managed to get all this out. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but still, I didn't want to build another filter. I thought it was a lame way out, and even though it would probably work, I wanted to be cool, and I wanted to come up with a different solution. And so that's what I have been fiddling with. That has been the pain of my existence for the past couple days, and I just can't figure it out. But I'm almost on the brink of success. And it comes down to timing the piston movement at very specific times. Because in this example, I was using glass. And glass is a full block, meaning that if there's an item on top of this, it's not going to get picked up by the filter hopper. So instead, I came up with the idea of, I don't know, maybe I will use, again, just some soul sand, or another block that isn't a full block. Because soul sand, even though, again, it looks like it's a full block, because items sit ever so slightly lower on it, they do get pushed. Which is awesome. But I had a second issue.
Shatter the bar. Can't say I remember what happened. Shatter the bar. But I think that we shattered. And I don't know what it means, but I miss you. Can still feel you on the other side. Better here, but I can't give up now, can't let you behind. When I breach our world, go between realities, I see that you need me, and as I stay so bound, we must unite ourselves together. Our chemistry is like a failed experiment. Shattered apart. But the reality isn't so colorful. as our souls are shattered apart. Cause the flower is a powerhouse, ready to shatter us apart. Turns a log in the fire, turns us into a liar. Our reality apart, spin us around like a tire. Oh, how high can we go? Oh, can we go before we all fall down? That's enough. That's enough. I don't think that we can get ourselves an easy way out. That's enough. That's enough. I know what I need to do, but I don't know if I can do it. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. I'm trapped inside my own mind. I want out of here. It seems like there's no escape. But it seems like we are shattered apart. But it seems like we are shattered apart.
It's beautiful sky out on the Sploinker SMP. I really like that I built the alternate location where you get these Aurora Borealis. That's a tough word to say, and phantom spawns as well, I guess. But because I built it on the snowy mountains, you get this every once in a while if you're standing over at the altar. Except it gets ruined by these guys. I don't know why. I was actually really self-conscious to release that song, or at least include it in this episode, but I don't know. I kept procrastinating for the past couple of days, but I promised myself that I would add that song in this episode, and so I did, because I need to be more confident. It's the first time in a while that I added a song with my own voice in it as well. It's quite a lot of work to get it to sound good, and also with this new mic, it just didn't quite, I don't know, I didn't quite get it where I wanted it to be, but I just stopped procrastinating and here it is, so enjoy it. I could have had this video released like maybe, I don't know, almost a week sooner if I didn't procrastinate so much, but too bad. It's too late now, and here it is now, so I hope you really did enjoy that. And it will be coming out on other platforms soon as well. Spotify will have to wait a little longer because it usually takes a little longer to get on there, but it's gonna be on my SoundCloud, and it's gonna be released on my YouTube as well as a separate video very soon after this video releases, so stay tuned for that. But for now, it's finally time to roll the intro, even though we're well over halfway in this video. But hey, it's never too late to roll the intro. Is Angela looking for it, or is Angela looking for a wick? No idea. Nope.
That's funny.
Wick is up there somewhere.
The
Right
snow
there.
is up.
Oh, they're not going for... Wait. Is she? No. Those are not the chords that I gave. I don't know. 168. And at the altar. Wait, this spot right here. Yes, that's 168. 186. No negative numbers. No shenanigans. I guess that wasn't for the bomb then. And Angela did say that give us a second. I imagine both Angela and Wick
They both went to the altar. Because Wick just entered the
Oh.
altar as well.
They might be depositing heads. I don't want to sneak over there. Just be suspicious. I need to wait here. I can't leave the bomb
Unattended.
unattended.
That would be stupid. You can't leave a bomb unsupervised.
No, that'd be really irresponsible. That's why I put these signs on it.
Well, hey, with how long they're taking, the grass is almost fully grown back.
Yeah, they totally can't tell that there's been an explosion, even though it says that this is a bomb. I'm sure that's gonna matter. Oh. It's not. I mean, no.
What is it?
Classic.
Angela falling into holes.
Classic. Absolute classic. There's a lake.
Oh,
Not by
Wick's
Rudney,
coming in.
Kind of close to Rudney. It's where Cal's house used to be. Kind of. Might lose your items. Oh, I'm at it right now. Yeah, it's Cal's house. I might want to back up.
Phantoms are gonna give you away.
They're giving me away. I mean, I'm not really hiding that well anyway. It's fine. I think they've already seen me anyway. I'm just snooping around in this tree. They've totally already seen me, right? Surely. Angela's over here still.
Angela said they're dropping their stuff off.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
I've seen Wick decided to do the same thing.
Yeah, alright, Wick's doing it right now. Angela's somewhere on that tree. Or was somewhere on that tree. Wait before the bomb. Good idea, very good. Oh, rainbow!
Rainbow, take screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Yay!
This is such a goofy.
And the grass is completely grown.
Ah, it's almost like it's almost like there's no bomb now.
Angela said wait. Wick's going.
Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great.
Good.
Imagine it doesn't work.
The house used to be.
Where
He's
is
waiting
it?
for Angela.
Oh, Angela's over that way. Well, let's see two people just violently explode.
Great.
This is the bomb. This is the bomb. This is a bomb.
This is the bomb of all time.
Oh, that chest is gonna be gone.
Nope. Where's... Yippee! Such a massive crater.
Yeah, hello, Mina.
Hello.
Yeah, we had a feeling that it was going to do that. It was gonna do that, and then you said you might lose your items. We're like, oh, okay, she's not joking. It's an actual bomb.
No, it is an actual bomb. It said it's a bomb. I was gonna put a sign that said you might lose your items. I forgot to do that, so I just very quickly said, "Hey, don't press the button. You might." It is a bomb.
Yeah,
And now there's a crater here, and I think it's beautiful.
it's the. It's
Maybe
the
okay. Maybe I
Wait,
should have
hold on,
put
did
it
any of the signs
slightly further this way, cause okay, I should probably build a second bomb at some point and blow this up as well.
Yeah.
And then balance is finally
Is there a
restored.
sign in here? There's not.
No, there's not.
Oh.
I only had a couple signs and I blew those up. Well, you guys blew them
let's
up. This is all your responsibility now. I didn't press the
You're the
button.
one that put them
We're
down.
being- are we
Responsibility
gonna be
goes to
arrested?
you.
No, but well, there's just a big hole now. So whoever wants to make the hole look better, I guess it's not my responsibility anymore.
That's fair.
It's still
Communal.
better than it looked like before, though. So I think it's art.
Yeah.
Luckily, I tested it. Apparently, it
We'll
doesn't
make-
work
we'll
with
make a
just one
primordial soup
minecart
here.
because they collide in each other, and that causes them to explode. So I almost messed it up. But that was 19 minecarts. So
I was half expecting to, in the middle of you working on it, see in the chat, Mina blew up, and I would have laughed.
I I really had that in my mind. Next time I plant one of these, I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm gonna put the exact same setup, but just no signs. And it's right next to this crater, so maybe to whoever looks at it, they can be like, huh, that's suspicious. There's a giant hole next to this thing, and there's a button on the ground of just some lanterns. That's suspicious. I wonder what boom, dead.
100%. The person that pushes it isn't even going to consider the fact that there's a hole here.
Oh, totally. Kyle's gonna come back to where their old base was at some point ever and check out this place, and there's just gonna be a hole. Be like, how did that happen? Can you put this hole in your museum?
Oh, I mean, if we're able to use like,
I don't think we could carry the hole.
Are there like some cobblestones left over? Just have like.
I mean, I have a stack of cobblestone, 31 dirt.
You should rename that cobblestone as like the whole cobblestone.
The incident.
The incident. Consider this a warning. I love the fact you can barely read it. I just got the random inspiration to just build a bomb. I thought it'd be funny. There's nothing like it's not related to an event or anything. It's not like it doesn't have to do with anything. It is just
a bomb for bomb's sakes.
Yes.
Real.
I was in the mood for explosives today.